what we want to do is first and foremost find out through our consultation what our client is using, because very often what they're using is contributing to their acne condition. And then what we want to do is help them by prescribing our own products for home care, because very often they will go out and they will buy completely the wrong product for their particular skin, not taking into account that they have got an aging skin or a skin that is not functioning like a young person's skin. So they've not got teenage acne. It needs care and consideration. So this is again where we come in. Don't let your client leave your business without you recommending the product and what's right for them after you having gone through the consultation and had a good look at their skin. So let's have a look at some of the common ingredients that can aggravate an acne condition. And there are many out there, and I'm sure you've heard of an awful lot of these particular ingredients. First of all, we've got our SD alcohol, our specially denatured alcohol, that is in so many different toners and so many different products that are marketed for an acne condition. And then we've got our old favourite soap. And I can absolutely guarantee you will have a lot of your clients that will come in and say, oh, I use soap and water. I've used soap and water all my life. My mum used soap and water. She had a beautiful skin. Well, she's very lucky. But the long-term effect of using soap and water on your skin is not good. It's very drying. It's very stripping, simply by the pH of soap. It's normally alkaline in nature, and even some of these, what they call pH balanced soaps, are still about 7 on the scale, which is far more alkaline than your skin should be. So soaps are not a good alternative. Very often clients that have got acne or have got an oily skin want to use soap because they like the drying, tightening feel of it. But long term they're doing more damage because you're stripping away the natural barrier or the hydrolipid film from the skin, and you're going to create more problems as a result of that. The other lovely thing that your acne clients like to do is use a nice wodge of cotton wool covered in a nice astringent or a toner and get that good stinging and burning and that shiny look to their skin. You know, constantly going throughout the day, wiping their skin with cotton wool and toner. Again, that's setting themselves up for more problems because you are again stripping the natural barrier to the skin, leaving the skin in an alkaline state, which helps with bacteria to breed actually on the skin. So that advice is absolutely crucial to give your clients. You know, what are they using, and what can you change from their product regime at home that will help them to balance their skin and keep it as acid as it should be. So somewhere between 4 and 6 maximum on that pH scale. So we're looking normally about 4.5 to 5.5 on that pH scale that the skin should be. To be a healthy state, it needs to be acidic. So, ingredients that cause comedones. And again, I'm sure you've all used makeup at some point in your life and realized, oh, I'm sure I didn't have these comedones around my lips before I used this particular lip color. I'm sure I never had all those comedones on my cheeks before I started to use that bronzer. Lip colors, bronzers, powders, lots of different makeups contain D&C red dyes or coal tar derivatives that will creep down into your follicle, cause irritation, and create those comedones or those blackheads. So not only when you're carrying out your consultation do you want to find out what skincare your client is using, but certainly have a look in their makeup bag and see if you can find anything that is causing their particular acne. And this particular acne is called cosmetic acne, and you're probably very familiar with it. It's that kind of lumpy, bumpy texture to the skin. Excuse me. If you turn the face, somebody's face to the light that has cosmetic acne, you can see these little white bumps all under the skin surface, and you can feel that texture on their skin where they've got a lot of congestion that has been created as a result of using makeup that contains these comedogenic ingredients. So we've got the acne aggravators, things like makeup, your D&C red dyes, things like lanolin. Isopropyl myristate is another one. Isopropyl myristate is one of the biggest villains in all of this. And isopropyl myristate is actually in a lot of different products. It gives a product its silky feel, luxurious feel, and it's in a lot of hair products, it's in a lot of moisturizers, it's in makeups. If any of you have ever bought a powder compact with a mirror and the mirror's dropped out, it's generally as a result of that isopropyl myristate, which is a creeping, silky ingredient that creeps underneath the glue or underneath the mirror and releases the mirror from the glue. So isopropyl myristate is very common, so look out for that. And the irony of all that is that isopropyl myristate is very often put in products that are supposed to treat acne or blackheads. So work that one out. I can't work that out. But look out for that for your clients. Look, if you want to get them to bring in what they're using, that may well help you kind of eliminate that from your detective work when you're trying to find out what might be causing their breakout. So with that, we have some balance, and we have a lot of ingredients that actually help to improve an acne condition. So when we're looking at that adult acne, and we're looking at those contributing factors and what symptoms are then on the skin as a result of those contributing factors, we can now talk about the ingredients that are going to help to put those things right. So if we had a wish list of ingredients, what we'd want to do is we'd want to rectify the amount of sebum that was being produced. So we'd want to cut down on that oil production. What we'd want to do also is eliminate some of those skin cells that are clogging up or blocking that follicle. We'd want to calm down the inflammation, because inflamed acne is uncomfortable and sore and unsightly. So we want some anti-inflammatories to apply to the skin. We also want something that's going to address the bacteria, get rid of the bacteria, because if we can kill off the bacteria, the inflammation's going to go away, and we're going to help to get rid of that acne condition. So logically then, when we're explaining to a client, this is what you need, well, this is why, because this is what's happening in your skin, and these are the remedies, these are the ingredients within these formulations that are going to help to address this condition. So we want to help reduce sebum, or reduce the amount of oil on the skin with regards to shine, but maybe even ingredients that will help to cut down the amount of sebum that's actually being produced. So absorbing the oil with clays within cleansers or within masks that are going to help to purify and absorb. Surfactants within our cleansing mediums that are going to help to break down and remove the oil from the surface of the skin, making sure that a client's cleansing routine is a good one, is vital in all of this. So a good surfactant, clays within those cleansers and masks. And then your microsponge technology, so ingredients that are going to help to mop up the oil throughout the day and allow the client to feel matte and less shiny and less aware of that excess oil that's been produced. So first of all, we're going to address the sebum. Next, we want to reduce cell buildup. So if you can think back again to that follicle, we've got cells that are being produced within the follicle. They don't stop producing at the top of the skin. They produce all the way down into the follicle. And with that sticky sebum, remember, they're helping to cause that plug or that clog in the follicle. Plus, we're getting the skin cells, extra skin cells being produced on the surface of the skin. So we want an exfoliant that's going to gently break down those skin cells or dissolve some of those skin cells and dissolve some of that sticky, thick sebum that's clogging up the mouth of that follicle.